Oh God!
Hey, everybody!
Thunder! It's
Reference show.
weather report from down here in windy Vero Beach, Florida. There are some gulls flying overhead. I think we're in the clear. Back to you, Drew.
Thank you, Mike, on the traffic report. Now we've got
Well,
big turbulent
Wait,
clouds
no, the
going
wind
by.
started back up quickly. What is happening out there?
I'm hearing some. No, it's not there anymore. I think. Okay. I'm hearing some wind coming through. Getting
Nobody can tell
reports
us about
saying
the I-95 traffic situation right now.
up above there's birds. I'm getting reports that this wind is actually nothing more than my friends on a podcast. Myles, will you lean back in your chair for one more second? Just lean back. Why is your chair so big?
Tom Hanks in the movie
chair.
Big.
Why did you borrow your dad's chair for this podcast?
I like this chair. It's comfy.
That's
I
an
didn't
American
say
chair.
chair.
Also,
Comfy.
until last night, I was sleeping in it for the last week.
So Sarah has this thing where she is really, really upset by big chairs, like gigantic chairs. If a full-grown man sits in a gigantic chair and it makes him look tiny, she hates it.
This chair isn't that big.
It's borderline too big.
Not really. It's comfy.
Is it a lazy boy?
Yeah.
Uh-oh,
Sarah-
Skyrim's getting paused.
It's not. Sarah says your chair is not big enough, Miles. Sorry.
The worst are the Adirondack chairs.
She's saying words I don't understand. Something about Appalachian chairs.
Adirondack. Anyway,
Did you call me?
yeah, I called you an Adirondack chair. I don't even know what that means. That is what your wife said. Deal with it.
There's a lot of changing positions of your guys' cameras. I know listeners at home will not be able to enjoy this fully, but you guys are giving us different perspectives. I know Miles just moved, but
Yes.
it seems like Drew, you're in like a new position every week, man.
Yeah, it seriously looks like you're in a new place all the time.
Yeah,
Let's
Drew.
go
It looks
with
like
the-
you're in a new place almost every single week.
I did move around a lot when I was getting stuff done, but I don't really
Almost-
care about
That's
the
because
real
you're a
thing.
military man, Drew.
I just want to hear about the joke answers. Like, oh, it's because of blah, 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 blah. Joke, joke, joke.
No, we really don't want you making any jokes.
Joke, 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 joke.
If I took a drink every time you were funny, I'd be sober.
Oh, good. Glug, 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 glug.
You know,
Whew.
very few
Miles
people
Minute
actually get that
time. Let's
reference.
go.
What
I'm sorry?
reference?
The Mario Brothers reference that Patrick just did.
Glug, glug, glug.
Yeah. I tried that out with a friend of mine at a bar, and he just looked at me and said nothing and just said, "What are you doing?"
Speaking of saying nothing, as Drew said, now it's time to start the Miles Minute. Miles Minute, go!
All right. Well, I just bought Hyrule Warriors for the Nintendo Wii U. I hadn't had a chance to last night because I've been moving, but I really enjoy it. It's Dynasty Warriors with Zelda characters, which apparently surprises a lot of reviewers for reasons unknown to me. But you have two options to play it as a Zelda game of sorts or a Warriors game. I chose the Zelda one because I'm more familiar with that button scheme. But I'm kind of with Mike where I wouldn't pay $60 for it, but it's definitely worth like 30. But it's a really solid game, and that's all I've got. I apparently have 20 more seconds, so I have been listening to Nine Inch Nails' The Fragile a lot this week because it's a really great record. And I'm really looking forward to Gerard Way's album, which drops in about 1 hour. And that's all I've
And
got.
that's it. Okay, thank you, Miles, for the Miles
Not
Minute.
wait for that Miles Minute to be over.
Oh, whew, okay, so
You're the one who made me do it.
It'll make you do anything.
I feel like this is a thing we now have to do because I feel like it's a trial for us. Like it's a test of endurance for us. It's not about Miles and about whatever bullshit he wants to talk about. It's what are we going to subject ourselves to every week.
It's like a podcasting sweat lodge.
You know, the funny thing is I'm always constantly surprised you guys keep doing this to me. Like, I'm actually not expecting it.
Just begun.
I
think it's best when you don't expect it, which is why it's time for the second episode's Myles Minute. For the next 60 seconds, you will not hear our voices. It's only Myles. Myles, go!
Now you're just milking it, I think. Son of a bitch. So I've been moving all week, and I'm sore, and I'm tired, and these guys are assholes, and I just want to talk to my friends, and they're just being jerks. And it's not nice. I feel like everyone should write in defense of me and say, be nice to your friends, Mike and Drew and Patrick, because Myles is a good guy, and I hate all of you so much. And I still have 20 more seconds. So I don't know what to talk about now. There is an and
that was the Myles Minute. Good job, Myles.
arguably better than the first Myles Minute.
It was a lot better, I would say. I think it's best when you're not prepared and you don't understand.
I wasn't prepared before.
Well, Myles, we're just trying to give you an uninterrupted platform to get whatever you want.
Yeah,
Myles,
you should really have like a full hour prepared every week in case this happens 60 times in a row.
I was trying to talk about Gotham, and you guys kept talking.
We talked about Gotham already.
No, you
Myles,
guys did. I didn't get a word edgewise.
We are giving you a platform to express your feelings, to tell us who you really are as a man.
Yeah, but I like interacting with you guys.
You talked about fucking Hyrule Warriors!
Yeah, it's a fun game. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, it's a fun game, is it? I want to know who Myles really is. I don't want to know about fucking video Gotham.
Well, then, you know what? My room's always open to you, Mike. You can find out who I really am.
That
That was the creepiest wink mouth click ever.
He asked
First of all, I'm never gonna come over, ever. You ain't gonna get with me, okay?
You want
That's
that?
Yeah,
I want the wind's back.
Oh man, what a good episode.
Not again,
Anyhow.
at least.
Do you have any kind of game to play today? Did you come up with any?
I do
game
have.
action?
You know, I've had one saved in the bank for emergency episodes of obscure reference that we don't have planned out. It require us all to put. Yeah, but in emergency, just break bottle overhead. What? You guys will have to put on your creative hat. Myles, stop it with the drink! Oh my god! It's like he's got the bottom ice in a cup and he's just shaking it every 5 seconds. Myles, I want you to lift the drink up. Myles, lift the drink up and put it as far away from yourself as you can.
Oddly enough, that's how Victor Freeze is going to be introduced. He's just going to be shaking the ice at the bottom of his cup and be like,
Oh,
this stuff's cold.
It's so cold.
And, a waitress named Nora is going to be sitting at the table next to him
And she's
with her name tag.
refill on your drink. And he's gonna say, she's gonna say, you want to refill on your drink? And he's gonna say, no, I'm cool.
Once again, we were talking about Gotham. Myles just did not jump in with anything. He does not care about that show at all.
Which is weird because I think he would like it.
So
All
this
right,
game.
So after two Myles minutes, we're getting the silent treatment from Myles.
Myles Minute 3 is go!
No.
I can't. Myles, do you have another drink? Do you have a second drink? How many drinks?
You have a problem.
How many drinks do you have?
Well, I need at least 3 to get through a night with you guys on a normal basis. So.
Okay. All right. We're gonna play a game. Put us all in the same bearing. because you guys don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. It is a creative game. It's going to require creative juices. It's a game I call Lazy Writer, where we are going to come up with the plot of a story, and it could be like a movie or a book or a TV show, whatever. But we're going to come up with the laziest, most uninspired elements of a story we can come up with in the 4 segments of a story. All right. So we're going to go through the segments. First one is exposition or like introduction. 2 is conflict. One of us is going to bring up a conflict that happens. 3 is the climax, what happens in the climax. And 4 is resolution, the denouement of the story. So if anyone wants to start, you're just throwing out exposition for a very lazy story. If we were the laziest writer.
So
just a sentence.
Single dad raising a child, getting back into the dating world.
On a dark and stormy night.
Okay, wait, no. So Mike did the exposition. Drew, you're talking next. You gotta introduce the conflict.
His date's a ghost.
All right, so that's not very lazy. That's actually pretty.
This sounds like a romantic comedy that I would watch now.
I'm writing it down. His date is a ghost.
Ghost date.
Date is a ghost, and now, Drew, do you have a climax for the story?
Is she really a ghost?
How is that a climax?
That's not a climax. That's the question.
What happens? Do we find out is she really a ghost?
You find out that You find out his jealous ex-wife is actually an exorcist.
Okay, ex-wife, exorcist. All right,
Exorcist wife.
Ex-wife, exorcist. I'm going to
called the Ex-orcist.
And I'm going to bring the resolution. Obviously, he gets rid of the ghost and reconciles with his wife.
No. He's supposed to fall in love with ghosts and do ghost bang.
Because the whole thing is
he's supposed to get that ectoplasm, son.
Did we have a huge story about banging ghosts one time?
We've just come up with it, and you guys are like, "What are you talking about?"
Patrick, we're all on the same page here.
Okay, you motherfuckers, listen to the rules of the game. You each get to make one sentence. I'm making the last one.
Yeah, we don't like that one.
All right, let's try it again.
All right. You get the point. All right. So Mike started off us last time. Drew or Myles, do you want to start us off this time?
On a dark and stormy night.
Okay, you son of a bitch. That is not an exposition. That's a fucking sentence describing the weather. All right, but I'm gonna take it. All right. So the exposition of this whole story is on a dark and stormy night. I literally said you just had to put on your creative thinking caps for this game. On a dark...
Drew just took the most uncreative shit.
That's opposite. Technically, it's the point of the game is to make the most laziest sentence you can. All right, I'm going to take the conflict. The conflict is someone is outside without an umbrella or a flashlight. All right, so no flashlight.
Norman Reedus.
Drew, you already talked. No flashlight or umbrella. Our protagonist, Myles, or we need a climax for this amazing story.
Lightning strikes the flashlight.
There is no flashlight.
All you have to do is listen to what the previous person said and build upon it. It was said, it can't be unsaid. Lightning struck the flashlight that does not exist in an amazing climax, and then at the end of the story, what happens, Mike?
The sun comes out.
What about the storm? Is the storm still there?
Nope. It's still going.
Okay.
It was a bright and stormy day.
Story number 3. I'm gonna start this one off. A man meets a woman in a diner.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a crazy place.
Who's a ghost?
Diners apparently. All right, Miles.
Lightning strikes the diner.
I don't know. The lady has a kid who is failing clown college.
All right, so this is the conflict: is the kid is failing clown college?
Mm-hmm. And so, like, to get on the
No,
good
no,
side of
no.
this
You
woman,
had your sentence. You had your sentence.
shut up. His kid passed clown college, so it's a heartwarming story of clowns.
One pedophile's dream.
I don't know if you guys
Dark and stormy night.
are quite understanding the like unoriginal, lazy aspect of the
Oh,
game called Lazy Rider.
I'm being
think-
lazy.
Look, I think I understood it pretty well when I started off my movie with single dad raising a child.
Thank you, Mike.
Getting-
You understand me.
Patrick, I started off.
Laziest of movies.
I started off with A Dark and Stormy Night.
That is not
most
lazy
re-
storytelling, Drew. That's a shitty setting.
Yeah,
That is not an
it's
exposition.
extremely lazy story.
No
You
movie
guys-
pitch
No,
You
has
know
ever
how
started
little
with,
time it took me
No.
to think of that?
no movie pitch has ever started with it was a little windy out.
I don't know.
Twister?
Twister. That's how they pitched the movie. Yeah, they said it's a little windy out.
Shirt's coming off. Listen, it's called Lazy Rider. You're gonna say something unoriginal. Unfortunately, me falling in love with someone, their kid failing clown college, you can't be unoriginal, Miles. That's actually pretty. I would watch that movie. All right, so Miles, you're gonna start us off with an exposition, very lazy
Okay.
One
exposition.
sentence plot that is like anything you've ever seen before. Just awful, like straight to videotape dreck.
Yes.
Also, I
Okay.
said videotape.
A unpopular teenager boy is in love with a popular girl.
Ooh.
Nailed it. Perfect. That is
you
juicy.
All right, so unpopular teen boy wants teen girl. All right, so what's next? Conflict.
After he's bitten by a radioactive, it's no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, did we lose Mike?
That's the second time tonight we've lost
I
Mike.
hate all of you so much.
Hey, I did the right thing this time.
All right, so we're going to go in order now. That was Miles. We're going to Mike next. For Mike, you got to give us the conflict.
What were the first two parts now? Or was-
No, we're just unpopular teen boy wants teen girl.
Mine was a joke.
Unpopular kid doesn't get picked for the wrestling team and doesn't think girl will think he's cute.
All right. I'm going to take the climax is obviously
So
he gets water for the wrestling team, and like they have someone sprain an ankle, and they're short one man for the wrestling competition, and he wrestles
That's it.
really
That's it,
well.
That's what I
Cut.
would have said.
print.
Boy wrestles, and then what is my Drew? Right? We need the who does this?
Hold on.
I haven't
Hold
gotten
on.
it, so-
Drew,
Hold on.
we need the end.
I think I know what this movie is.
Shh. Don't you say it. Don't you dare say it.
I believe in you, Drew.
The resolution is they are together. They share their first kiss right off of the wrestling mats. You pinned my heart.
So you keep writing lines, but that's obviously not the last line. That's the title, Heart Pinner.
Mike, you must have something better.
Yeah. Like when I said I believed that you could write the end to this movie about wrestling.
True.
Oh, yeah.
He bereaved in you.
Oh, man. Oh, believe in miracle. I would yell louder, but my wife is asleep.
I don't think anybody that's listening to this is aware of that inside joke.
We should probably explain it one of these days.
Did. I think we talked about it a few episodes ago.
We did. Barely.
For some reason. That's how you play Lazy Rider. We got one good round in there.
I like the late night news, the late night talk show host. Like this was it. Throw that out.
Oh man.
It's late night with Patrick.
What?
I apparently that
You got paper so hard your internet connection broke.
that paper actually hit my router back there. That small piece of paper and knocked it off. I was gonna do a cool pin flip, a la Dave Letterman. That probably also would have knocked off
And then
my.
you gotta lick your teeth and go ha ha.
Ha!
And then Drew's gonna be in the corner on his keyboard, like
Go ahead.
This is honestly why you guys have to watch it on video. None of this is going to play on audio.
I don't have a whole lot of memorable Family Guy gags because I don't really care for the show too much anymore. But when Peter Griffin, there was a scene where he was doing Letterman. That was a good one, guys. And that was your Family Guy moment of the day.
Okay. Do you want to explain it, or just like say how much you enjoyed it?
Just it was good. Just imagine Peter Griffin, but imagine him as Letterman. It's a funny thing, guys. You should check it out.
All right. And all of our connections are just turning into garbage tonight, so...
That's all right.
Yeah, Miles, you're coming in the best you ever have.
Yeah, you're really coming in pretty good, man. Why don't you show us a little lounge because you've earned it.
Mine's crapping out, which is confusing.
Yeah. Look at that. All
It
right.
really looks like a double wide chair. It's insane.
So yeah, I'm gonna call it a night with this. So next week, we may have a show next week. We may not because I might be having a daughter next week. So
I knew your wife was pregnant. I didn't know you were pregnant, Drew. I'm very confused.
It's a new procedure. Dr. Schwarzenegger helped me with it.
Did you know that you are not supposed to take Extends if you are pregnant?
Oh boy, we've got problems.
Oh man. Anyway,
What one man
Dare to believe.
too much penis medicine had to go to the wrestling competition on a dark and stormy night to fight a ghost.
this fall.
On the CW.
It's a movie.
It's a TV movie.
This season on Teen Wolf.
That actually sounds like something probably would be on Teen Wolf. I've never seen the show, but...
Oh my God, the cup.
All right.
All right.
Wait, you guys have Jack in the Box in South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yes.
You're one state away, aren't you?
Yeah, we don't have them in Georgia.
Really?
You don't?
Yeah. Well, not at all.
Wait, in South Carolina, do you have Hardee's or Carl's Jr.?
Hardee's.
Okay.
Yeah, there are no real Jack in the Boxes
I think
up here.
Hardee's was started in Spartanburg, South Carolina.
What? Abort.
All right. Bye, guys. We might see you next week, or we might have to skip a week because I'll be.
You
too
should
busy
say
with
that
the
one
new
more
child.
time. You should say it one more time, Drew.
Deuces and gooses.
I hate you guys.